It's time for Fanatic Parlay Cash.
That's right. Your chance to win $1,000. The Fanatic Parlay Cash. The contest keyword is dollar. D-O-L-L-A-R. Dollar. You have 25 minutes after the hour to enter it on the Fanatic app or at 975thefanatic.com. You can also text the keyword to the special contest short code 45911. Remember, the keyword is dollar. One random entry will win $1,000 in this company-wide contest. Winners, you're going to get a call from Beasley, so be sure to answer your phone. Contest rules at 975thefanatic.com. Fanatic Parlay Cash stood up by Iron Mountain Men's Health. We give you 5 chances to win each weekday, 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 12 noon, and right here on Unfiltered, 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. Good luck.
This is Unfiltered with Ricky Bo and Bill Colarulo on 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
All right, a little after 5 o'clock, and now I'm starting to get excited, Ricky. I'm done celebrating the past, what happened on Saturday in Game 7 against the Celtics. As beautiful as it was, it's now time to get ready for a big night in Philadelphia sports. Game 1, Sixers at Knicks. Game 2, Flyers at Hurricanes. So during the break, I went on my FanDuel Sportsbook app, and I wanted to see if I went Philly tonight. If I picked the Flyers money line and the Sixers money line, do you know what I would pay out? You know what my odds would be?
It would probably be, it's got to be at least 8 or 9 to 1.
Plus 955.
Nailed it.
Good call by you. So believe it or not, the Flyers are actually, just jumped to plus 972 as I'm talking. The Flyers actually have better odds to win tonight than the Sixers do. The Flyers are a plus 220. The Sixers are a plus 235. I think the Sixers are being disrespected. They're a 7.5-point underdog after they just went into Boston and beat them in a Game 7. They went into Boston and beat them in Game 5. And you know what's crazy? At a certain point in that Celtics series, Boston was up 3-1. Mm-hmm. In the third quarter, the score of Game 5 was 63-50. So the Celtics were up 13 points in the third quarter on their home court, up 3-1. Not only did they lose that game by 16, they end up losing the damn series to the Sixers. And now I think Vegas is disrespecting the Sixers a little bit. 7.5-point dogs in Game 1 against the Knicks. I think the Sixers take this one tonight, Ricky Bo.
Yeah?
I got the Sixers winning tonight.
The only thing they have going against them is that they just played in a Game 7.
On Saturday. Yeah.
It's a day and a half.
When did the Knicks close out their series? Was it Thursday or Friday?
They definitely have an extra day.
Well, and not only that, they were up by 60, I think, at halftime.
Yeah, half their players didn't play in the second half, remember?
Yeah, so they just completely dominated.
They scored 81 points in the first half. 85.
Yeah, it was insane. Look, let's talk about the Sixers. We'll talk about the Flyers in a second. But the Sixers-Knicks game tonight, I think number one key is going to be you can't let them dominate on the glass like you did early in the Celtics series. That's how you lost to the Celtics. You gave them so many second and third opportunities because you were getting out-rebounded. That's going to be a struggle tonight because the Knicks have a lot of guys who can grab rebounds. Not only you have Karl Anthony Towns, they got Robinson, they got Anunoby. Whereas, how are you going to win the boards battle when you haven't really been able to do that even against the Celtics? I think as good as the Celtics are of a rebounding team, the Knicks are a pretty good damn rebounding team too.
The Knicks could rebound the basketball. I mean, they could really kind of hurt the Sixers in that sense. I think the one thing, even in that last game against the Celtics, they didn't rebound very well offensively. The Sixers didn't. They have a smaller team. They're not going to get a ton of rebounds. I think when you look at the Knicks, they're going to crash the boards. It really depends on what Nick Nurse is their motivation to them. Is it, hey, we got to crash the boards. We need to get these rebounds against a team like this, or else we're going to be in trouble because we've seen what happened during the regular season when they weren't rebounding against the Knicks. That could be the scary part.
Yeah, and they also have Josh Hart, who was a thorn in our side going back 2 years ago in that series. Now, Josh Hart, you would think that you don't have to worry about him on the offensive side. But if you remember, he was hitting his shots 2 years ago in that series against the Knicks. But that's another question tonight. All right, so you got to figure out how do you prevent them from getting so many offensive rebounds. But now how are you matching up defensively against the Knicks? Because I don't love the matchup as much as I love Embiid on Karl Anthony Towns when Joel's got the ball. I hate the matchup of Joel on Karl Anthony Towns when Cat has the ball because he's such a good three-point shooter. It's going to be difficult for Joel at this state when he's still kind of limping around a little bit. And we know he's battling now, what was it, the hip contusion or whatever it is. He's probable. I don't love Joel guarding Karl Anthony Towns. I just don't know who you put him on. Who do you put on him? Who do you put? Paul George maybe on Karl Anthony Towns?
Maybe, yeah, because that's kind of what he was doing in the against the Celtics. I mean, he had Paul George covering their best, so I think that's probably what you would do. Put George on Towns, and I would put VJ on Brunson.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think I would go VJ on Brunson, Paul George on Karl Anthony Towns, at least to start.
All right, well, my source was wrong. Tip is out.
I just got that. But, yeah, so switching gears then from the Sixers to the Flyers real quick. Ricky Bo told us earlier he had a reliable source who said Owen Tippett was going to play.
No, they said he might play.
What an idiot.
Owen Tippett's out tonight, Ricky Bo. All right, so whoever that source is, I want you to text him right now and say thanks a lot.
All right, I will.
Who is it?
Can't tell you that.
Reveal your sources on air because they were wrong.
Absolutely not.
I'm only kidding. Yeah, so Owen Tippett is out tonight, which is not ideal for Flyers fans because if you saw game one, the Hurricanes are fast, and you need your best skaters on the ice. Owen Tippett is one of your best skaters, and he's out again, so he must be really dealing with something. I would assume that means Hathaway and Michkov are both back in the lineup tonight.
They had him at day-to-day, which is weird. So, I mean, you would think it's not as wild of an injury as you would believe, because if you're day-to-day, you know, it's not like you're getting much else done except for you're just trying to rehab something.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see what they do tonight because I felt like Michkov was a little bit of a liability. Hathaway,
he was awful.
Yeah, Hathaway plays hard, but his style of play doesn't always translate to a high-speed game. I mean, he's more of a mucker and a grinder.
Did he get the slash penalty? That might have been the weakest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Terrible call. Terrible.
If you're going to give me a slash, at least let me go back and slash the guy.
The fact, I forget who the Hurricanes player was, but the fact that he didn't even react to the slash tells you everything you need to know. He didn't even turn around. He didn't even look for a penalty. You didn't need to call that in that moment. I thought that was a bad call. But, look, so you got two games going on tonight. Sixers game, we were talking about who's going to guard who, but when you look at Joel Embiid's numbers against Karl Anthony Towns, it makes you feel pretty good tonight. So in the last 5 seasons, Joel Embiid is averaging close to 34 points a game and 10 boards against Karl Anthony Towns. Just this season alone, he's averaging 32 points a game. He shot 61% from the field. He shot 50% from beyond the arc. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there who are like, no, Joel, don't be taking shots beyond the arc. We want you down closer to the basket.
He can shoot. He's not a bad shooter.
Yeah, he's a good shooter. But you just don't want to see him settle for threes too often. Like when the best part of Game 7 for me, outside of the victory, was when Jaylen Brown's clapping in Embiid's hands like, let's go, and they go ISO, and then Joel just basically walks him down to the basket. Boom. Like, get out of here, man. You're too small. He should have given him the too small.
It is kind of funny how, because you have to understand, these players are all pretty big guys, and he moves these players around like it's not even, like they're not even there. You know? You ever think about that?
Yeah, he's a big dude, man.
I'll box him out.
He's a big dude. But look, make no mistake, as confident as I am with this Sixers team, with how well they're playing, the Knicks are a good basketball team. I mean, they are a good basketball team. They got a lot of good players. They were good last year. They added pieces. They have Jose Alvarado, not that Jose Alvarado. They got another Jose Alvarado who's a nice piece that they've added. So, look, they got a good team. And 2 years ago, when the Knicks beat the Sixers in that opening round series, they didn't have Karl Anthony Towns. So they added Karl Anthony Towns. So they're a different team, but they're still a very good team. It's going to be a tough series. Like, I think the Sixers, I have the Sixers winning tonight. I do. My biggest concern with this series is, are they going to be able to handle the every other night physical series that it's going to be against the Knicks? And when I say they, my biggest concern are two players, Paul George and Joel Embiid. These guys aren't young. VJ and Tyrese, you think, can handle that. They're young guys.
Yeah, but you're not going to win with just two guys.
No, you need Paul George and Joel.
I'm trying to be as honest as I can. I think this is, if there's going to be a tough game for the Sixers, it would be tonight. I mean, and I'm talking, I would look for it like in the late second, third quarters.
Yeah, but you say it's going to be tonight. Every game they play is one day off, just like this.
No, I know. Well, you got to get somehow you got to get your feet under you. I don't know, because of what I just saw with the Flyers. That's why this makes me nervous, because you go into a game 7, you put everything you have into it. It wasn't like that game was over in the second quarter. That game wasn't over until late in the fourth. So it was like you have to put every minute, every ounce of energy you have into that game. And then you have one day to literally turn it back around and think about the Knicks. That's not that easy to do.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. The quick turnaround. And then you got game 1 tonight, and then game 2 on Wednesday night.
I mean, you're going to get, like you say, well, there's only one game off for every game. I understand that, but you're already into that series, and you know what you're going up against the following day.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. You're right, too. And the Hurricanes-Flyers series, if that's the blueprint, the Flyers were not ready to change from the Penguins to the Hurricanes style of play. They just weren't prepared for that.
No, they weren't even close to ready.
All right, so looking at that real quick, too, Flyers and Hurricanes tonight. I'm reading Kevin Kurz from The Athletic. He's saying Carl Grundstrom is back in the lineup. So who's coming out of the lineup tonight if Grundstrom's in?
That's a good question.
Is it Hathaway or Michkov?
Huh.
So that's what's going to be interesting.
Or is somebody else injured?
I don't know, man.
They don't have to really give those out until like 15 minutes into the game, before the game.
What's our man Jordan Hall from NBC Sports Philadelphia putting out? Anything?
I'm checking.
Let's reach out to our man Jordan Hall. What's going on with the Flyers lineup tonight? So, yeah, per Rick Tocchet, Owen Tippett is out. That was 11 minutes ago. But we don't know any other updates on what's going on. All right, Jordan Hall, though, did just put this out, and this is a little concerning. In the Flyers' first 3 playoff games, they scored 11 goals. In their last 4 playoff games, they've only scored 5. So you got to figure out a way to generate some offense tonight.
Yeah, how about showing up early in the first period would be the bonus plan, I think.
Yeah.
They haven't scored a first period goal in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Think
that's
about
wild.
This.
That's wild.
That's 8 games.
Yeah, so they start at 7, so at least you get an hour of just one screen, and then you got to go 2 screens at 8 o'clock when the Sixers-Knicks are on.
Are they 7 or like 7:15? What are they?
Yeah, they're saying 7, but you're right. It's usually delayed a little bit. So the Flyers game, for those who want to listen to local play-by-play, there's only one place to get it, and it's right here because all the games are being broadcast on national television. If you want the local play-by-play, Tim Saunders and Todd Fedoruk will be airing on our sister station, 93.3 WMMR. We'll have the Sixers game at 8 o'clock with Tom McGinnis on the call.
Are you kidding me?
No, Tom McGinnis will be on the call on the Fanatic at 8 o'clock. All right, so if you want the local play-by-play, that's how you get it. But for pregame shows, both radio and television are going to have your pregame shows. I believe the Flyers pregame show is on, what, NBC? Or am I wrong on
Flyers pregame is NBC Sports Philadelphia, yeah.
And then NBC Sports Philadelphia Plus is going to have the Sixers. Wait, where are you then, Ricky?
That's a good question.
Or is there no Flyers pregame? I'm all confused on the TV side.
No, they're all having pre's. Yeah, because they'll be staggered. The Phillies will be on whatever channel. I think the Phillies are on Plus.
Unless you're getting...
Oh, you got me. Now you got me freaking out here.
All right, well, we'll get you the details. Mike,
I'll get it right now.
Yeah, get all the details for the pregame shows. Because I know on the radio side, you got a pregame show for the Sixers from 6 to 8. Sixers All Access on 97.5 The Fanatic from 6 to 8 with D. Lynam and Brendan Gunn. And WMMR will have the pregame show on their channel.
All right, they got us on NBC Sports Philadelphia, so the
Flyers
pre-games will be on Plus.
Got it. So Flyers pregame, NBC Sports Philadelphia Plus. Sixers pregame also on NBC Sports Philadelphia
back to
Plus.
back.
Yes, because they're staggered. Man, a lot going on, man.
This is nuts.
A lot going on.
By the way, there are so many people in here. There's usually like, if it's just a Phillies night, there would be like 5 or 6 people in here. We have like 30 people in here right now.
Listen, it's all a good problem to have, right?
Yes, it is.
Like, there's only one other city that has 2 teams playing right now in the postseason? Minnesota. That is it.
St. Paul?
Minnesota is the only other city that's got a basketball team, the Timberwolves, and their hockey team playing in the postseason right now. So here we are, Philadelphia. All eyes on us, baby. The way it should be, Ricky Bo. Get excited. Get excited. All right. Oh, I'm glad you just said light the lamp because our saying hit the horn.
Let's hit the horn.
I was shown today there is going to be a T-shirt in the Fanatic Pro Shop on 97.5thefanatic.com that's going to say hit the horn, and it's going to have the Unfiltered logo on it. So mornings and middays can try to steal our saying all they want. We now own the T-shirt in the Fanatic Pro Shop. So as soon as those are on sale, I will let you know because I'm getting one. Hit the horn for the Philadelphia Flyers. Patricia, do you know who this is right here?
Let's hit the horn.
You know who that is?
Come on, Patricia.
Yeah.
Let's hit the
Who
horn.
is it?
Oh.
He's a French guy.
Wait.
That is Danny Briere,
Yes.
general manager and architect of your Philadelphia Flyers.
You love to say architect.
I do. I love that.
It's the
I love
only
that.
word you say correctly.
All right, so here's what we got coming up, Ricky Bo.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Voice memos went through the roof today. A lot of people sending their voice memos to the Davis Honda text line. So we have We Hear You Part 2. We're going to try to get to as many as we can because there are so many good ones that flew in today.
There you go.
Flowed in today or flew in today? Which one would it be?
I guess they
I feel
fly
like
in.
neither.
I guess they flowed in.
I would say
guess-
flow.
Because I'm not saying they flew in like an airplane. I'm saying they flowed in like a beer, like a liquid.
Right. I was thinking like a boat, but
All right, go with streamed in.
Either way, we got a
Streamed
ton
in.
of voice messages coming up right after this for We Hear You Part 2. Do not go anywhere, and we're still going to give you our formal predictions for tonight, goal scorers and all. So keep it here unfiltered. 97.5 The Fanatic, NBC Sports Philadelphia.
Unfiltered. Ricky Bo, Bill Colarulo.
Philadelphia Sports Talk. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Unfiltered with Ricky Bo and Bill Colarulo. 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
All right, welcome back into Unfiltered. We're about to do We Hear You Part 2, and I don't want to waste any time because Patricia's telling me we have a ton of voice messages to get to. A lot of love out there from Sixers fans and Flyers fans. We appreciate it. We do. We hear you twice a day. Always brought to you by Rycor Heating and Cooling, delivering high-efficiency heating and cooling solutions across the greater Philadelphia area, New Jersey, and the Delaware Valley. You can visit them at RycorHVAC.com or call 1-855-MY-RYCOR to schedule a free consultation. Rycor, we know how. All right, Patricia, let's try to get through as many as we can. Hit it.
Now,
I want to know.
yes,
Okay, I'm going to tell you.
Are you listening to me?
we can hear you.
I have something to say. Please just keep it simple and brief.
Thank you.
Listen to me carefully.
And that's all I have to say about that.
We hear you.
Bill, Joel played the game of his life. I'm tired of my city bashing this player. This dude shows up when he has to. When he plays, I don't care who is playing. He's the best player on the court. His talent is through the roof. Sixers fans, jump on board. This man is healthy, and then when he's healthy, let me tell you, I repeat, no one in the NBA can stop him.
Yeah, listen, it's hard to disagree with the caller. And Anyone out there who's not celebrating Joel Embiid today, you're just being a hater, man. The guy deserves all the credit in the world.
He deserves all the credit in the world right now. And I will tell you, I think he's absolutely right. How do you stop a guy that is that big and that strong ever? If he's 100%, how do you stop him?
And with that much skill.
You know? It's ridiculous that he started playing basketball when he was 16.
Yeah, I mean, kudos to Joel for everything, and he deserves the credit, and the city should be giving him the credit. I think most people are. You know, anyone who's still hating, I think it's a vocal minority. Most people are seeing how special it was what just happened in that Celtics series. All right, let's keep them rolling, Patricia.
Hey, good afternoon, y'all. I just want to call real quick and just give Nick Nurse his flowers, man. I feel like he did a great job with his adjustments, and that's been a problem with us. We don't adjust well in game, and I've seen that. With I don't know if it was game 4, but they came out shooting a bunch of threes. Joel was just staying at the 3-point line, and then they finally moved him into the paint and operate out the paint, and that's where it should have been at from the get-go.
Yeah, listen, I said I think I owe Nick Nurse an apology, so I'm right there with the caller. Everything I was hoping we were going to get in Nick Nurse when he got hired a couple years ago.
Showed up.
Yeah, because you saw him win the title with Toronto, and I'm thinking, all right, Nick Nurse is going to be great. He's going to be better than our man.
It's a dumbass question.
And I hadn't seen it until this series. And maybe it was because, he didn't have the full complement of weapons in the couple years Nurse has been here. But you saw him make the appropriate adjustments, and he outcoached Joe Mazzulla, and it wasn't even close, man.
No, it wasn't close. Mazzulla, I mean, like, literally, what did Mazzulla do? I'm talking about on court. I'm not talking about player involvement. Like you brought up the roster changes in Game 7. What the hell did he do to make any adjustments on the court of what the Celtics did?
Nothing.
Zero.
Nope. They didn't make a single change, really.
We would, in this city, everybody would be calling for him to get fired.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I think I heard Ray Dunn say, I think it was Colin Cowherd, was making the comparison of Joe Mazzulla and Nick Sirianni. Two guys who have won championships, two guys who, when things have struggled, haven't been able to make the appropriate adjustments. Now, I took offense to that because, I think Sirianni's a lot better coach than he gets credit
live
for.
with him.
But with basketball, especially, you got to be able to make the right adjustments as the head coach, and they couldn't do it.
They couldn't do it.
All right, keep them rolling, Patricia.
The Sixers are better than the Knicks at every position except point guard, where Maxey and Brunson are awash only because Brunson gets a friendly whistle where Maxey doesn't. The Knicks can't hide Brunson on defense like they did 2 years ago when they got away with him guarding Kyle Lowry and Buddy Hield. The Knicks' big advantage is offensive rebound, but if Nick Nurse doesn't care about that integrity of the game stuff like Larry Brown did back in 2001, you play hack-a-shack with Mitchell Robinson, who's a 40% free throw shooter, and you take away his effectiveness.
Listen, I love the call there because that guy knows what he's talking about.
That's a coaching call.
Yeah, that's a good call by him. Now, the one thing he said in there that's going to frustrate me beyond belief if it doesn't happen, Maxey better get the calls when he drives the basket the same way Jalen Brunson does. Because Brunson's great at drawing fouls. And that's the rules in the NBA. I'm not going to whine about it like Jalen Brown.
He does it as Joel Embiid does it.
Yeah,
he does it well. He goes into the big bodies and then he kind of falls back. He does get a lot of calls for him.
But Maxey should get respect.
Gets hit on the court all the time.
Maxey's a star now. He should start getting the same respect. When he drives the basket, he should get the calls just like the other superstars in this league get the calls. So let's hope that happens. But, yeah, the offensive rebounding is a concern. I'm curious on how that's going to play out because it's not just – what do you say? Was he talking about Robinson was the bad three-point or free throw shooter? I mean, they also have OG. They got Karl Anthony Towns. They have Josh Hart. They're good on the offensive board. So Sixers are going to have to do what they can to prevent them from getting dominated like they did early in that Celtics series. All right, keep them rolling, Patricia.
This is On from Uptown. And let me just say, as a member of the Unfiltered Army, I will always respect unfiltered honesty. I will always respect unfiltered analysis. But this ain't about honesty. This ain't about analysis. This is about fandom. And that's the great thing about fandom. Because fandom is believing when there's no reason to believe. Fandom is believing when a team doesn't look like they can do it, but you just keep believing.
That was excellent, by the way. That's kind of almost the motto of the show today.
Yeah, and I think I feel like he's talking to me because I did give up on this team.
You're a quitter.
Yeah, I did give up on this team, Unc.
Yeah, you forgot you were a fan.
And you are correct on that. And I can't tell you how wrong I was for giving up. Because honestly, if they would have listened to me, all this joy and jubilation that we got on Saturday night wouldn't have happened.
Wouldn't have happened. They wouldn't have had a team.
I can't believe I don't listen, I'm going to say this right now. I don't think I will.
You weren't the GM.
I don't think I will ever make that opinion again, which says, hey, you shouldn't go for the playoffs.
Bill, you should never change.
Yeah, but I was dead wrong, man.
Scared boy.
Dead wrong. And Unc is a soldier in the Unfiltered Army. He's been one of the OGs on this show, and we welcome more and more on board with the show. I met a lot of them on Sunday of people saying, hey, we've made the switch. We're unfiltered now, and we appreciate that. So thank you very much as we try to build something special here. All right, let's keep them rolling, Patricia.
Get Jalen Brunson in foul trouble. Play him in situations where he has to defend. Everyone knows he likes to score, but he's a horrible defender. The Sixers can win the series in 6.
He's not as quick defensively as you would think a point guard should be. That's the best way I could put that. Uses his hands a lot on defense. I could see him picking up some fouls. You gotta have the right guy in the right place. And I don't know who he's going to be covering. I would assume Tyrese, right?
No, I think they'll put Brunson on VJ.
VJ.
Yeah, maybe they put Brunson on VJ.
That's a mismatch on the boards.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. I'm telling you, the matchups in this series, and you'll see them tonight, and then I'm sure they're going to be adjusted a lot over the first few games. It's going to be really fun to watch how these coaches change and who's guarding who on both sides of the court. It really is, man. It's intriguing. It's going to be a fun series. Let's hope the Sixers come out on top, make it even more fun. All right, we got more, right? Let's keep them rolling.
Good afternoon, Unfiltered. Great show as always. Ricky Bowe, relief pitcher. Trish Caputo, the best relief producer in the business. Sixers win tonight outright. Sixers in 6, and a Flyers win in OT. Have a great night. Let's go.
It is a let's go. Hey.
We need them both going at the same time, man. I'm going crazy over here.
Just so you know, the Knicks series ended on Thursday night, and you asked me about their minutes that night. Josh Hart, 27 minutes. Anunoby, 27. Towns, 28. Brunson, 29. And Bridges, 27. So they didn't play that much.
That was on Thursday.
Yeah, last Thursday.
On Saturday, Embiid played 39. Maxey played 45. VJ played 44. And Paul George played 42
Like
minutes.
I said, if there's anything going against them, that's it. That's what we just laid down.
All right, let's squeeze one more in because we got so many today. Apologize we can't get to all of them, but here's another one.
What's up, guys? Wayne from Kissimmee, Florida, retired Marine. One thing that Marines know is that we know how to rally when we go to war. And that's what the Sixers are going to do. They rally against those damn Boston Celtics and sent their butts home. Goodbye and good riddance. Now, we got to do the same against the Knicks because I'm sick and tired of hearing Stephen A. Smith always talking about his Knicks, that, oh, it's orange and blue skies and blah, blah, blah. Forget that.
Yeah, appreciate you listening all the way from Florida, and thank you for your service. But, yeah, I think the Sixers got to rally tonight. They are coming off of only 1 day rest where the Knicks had all those days off, and the Sixers did play a ton of minutes. Ricky just gave you the minutes the Knicks had. But you're going to have to rally tonight, and you got to find a way to win. Just like we were talking about with the Flyers. Steal one game in Carolina. The Sixers, so hard to keep track now with both of these guys going. But the Sixers steal one game in New York. Why not tonight? Why not game 1? Let's keep that momentum rolling after winning 3 in a row against Boston, man.
It's going to be an interesting night we got ahead of us. This is awesome.
Now, Stephen A. Smith might be a little bit of a hater, but Get Up this morning on ESPN, all 4 people on the panel picked the Knicks to defeat the Sixers. Not getting respect, man. Picking the Knicks to defeat the Sixers. Everybody on the panel for Get Up this morning on ESPN saying the Knicks are going to win. You got Vegas has the Knicks as huge favorites. Let's see if anything's changed, not only for tonight, but for the series. So right now, according to Vegas, the Sixers are plus 215. The Knicks are minus 260. They also are giving the Knicks the best odds to get out of the East at a plus 145. The Sixers are a plus 700 to win the Eastern Conference.
How is that even possible?
Yeah, Knicks plus 145, Pistons plus 240, Cavs plus 300, and then a distant fourth, the Sixers at a plus 700. So Vegas does not believe in this Sixers team.
Apparently they don't.
But do we believe?
We do.
Do we believe? Coming up next, we'll give you our final predictions for tonight, Sixers and Knicks. We'll also give you our goal scorer predictions for Flyers and Hurricanes, and we'll get the final Twitter poll results. There we go. Final Twitter poll results on where the masses are. Confident Sixers beat the Knicks or nervous headed into this series? I'm very curious about those final numbers. Keep it here, unfiltered. 97.5 The Fanatic, NBC Sports, Philadelphia.
Hey, it's Ricky Bo. Philadelphia is all-star country. When NASCAR's all-star race comes to the Monster Mile at Dover Motor Speedway, that's May 15th through the 17th. I went last year. You want to talk about heart-pounding action? These cars flying around the track, number one. You could sit in your seats. You go in a suite. You're a little bit of everywhere. There's plenty of places to go and have a drink or get some food. It's awesome. I will tell you this much. Those cars go by you, and you could feel your body rattle. It's awesome. Check out Miles Beach with 600 tons of sand, full boardwalk, palm trees, the return of the White Lightning Bar and Arcade, plus a 60-foot-tall rubber duck. Yeah, that's pretty incredible. Kids love the fan zone with monster truck rides, motorcycle stunt shows, a petting zoo, or you get to walk the front stretch pre-race. You see all the pre-race festivities before drivers start their engines. It's a weekend full of fun as NASCAR's biggest stars convene for the Bet Rivers 200, the EcoSave 200, and the All-Star Race on Sunday. Kids 12 and under are just $10 Sunday and free Friday and Saturday. No better value anywhere. All-Star Weekend, closer than you think, at Dover Motor Speedway, May 15th through the 17th. For tickets and exclusive VIP experiences, visit DoverMotorspeedway.com.
Unfiltered. Ricky Bo, Bill Colarulo.
Philadelphia Sports Talk. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
Now back to Unfiltered with Ricky Bo and Bill Colarulo on 97.5 The Fanatic and the Fanatic app.
Bagster, dumpster in a bag. Get yours today at Home Depot and Lowe's. For details, go to Bagster.com.
All right, Ricky Bo, we're coming down the home stretch on Unfiltered. You got the Phillies game at 6:40, then you got the Flyers game at 7 o'clock, and then you have the Sixers game at 8 o'clock. A lot to keep your eyes on tonight. But when all the dust settles, will we be talking about a clean sweep for the city of Philadelphia this evening, Ricky?
A clean sweep?
All three. Can they go 3 for 3 tonight?
I do believe they can tonight. I think the Phillies should win. I think the Flyers kind of have to win to make a statement in that series. And then the more we talk about the game, the more I get a feel for the game. The more you kind of envision things about the Sixers, I think the Sixers could win tonight too.
Yeah, I'm picking the
It could
Sixers.
be a cleaner. It could be a cleaner. I wonder what all three of those pay.
I just did it.
Oh.
So if you go, Flyers right now are a plus 230. Sixers are a plus 235, and the Phillies are a minus 106. If you bet all three to win, that pays plus 2,048. A $25 bet would win you over $500, Ricky.
That's not bad.
No, it's not bad adding the Phillies because just the Flyers and the Sixers is a plus 1,000. You add the Phillies into the mix, your odds double. And I feel like the Phillies, shouldn't they win tonight? Or is Aaron Nola too much of a question mark?
Well, Nola's a question mark, but I'm assuming that the bats were better yesterday. They should be today. I don't know. Dude, you're asking me about a team that lost 10 games in a row at one point.
Hey, Don Mattingly's here now, man. 5-1.
I mean, yeah, they're 5-1 against the Giants and the Marlins. They're doing what they should do. This is Even when you lose 10 in a row, you should beat the Marlins and the Giants. Yes.
Could you imagine if you went with the Philly parlay, but it was the Phillies that ended up losing it for you? Like the Sixers and Flyers
you would
win.
lose your mind.
But it was the Phillies that let you down?
You would absolutely lose your mind. There's no doubt that you would lose it on the Phillies because, that would be typical of who they are and how they are right now.
All right, so here's what I'm doing tonight. So our listeners know if they want to get on it with me. I'm doing the Philly parlay, but I'm only doing Flyers and Sixers because I got to be honest with you, I'm hardly going to pay attention to the Phillies.
You don't want to fly with the Phils. Yeah, but you don't have to pay attention to it.
So I'm going Flyers and Sixers. Now, the money line that I got was the Flyers at a plus 220. You actually get even better odds now, plus 230. Damn it. I locked it in during the break. So anyway, I'm at a plus 972 going Flyers and Sixers money line tonight. So who's joining me? We'll all celebrate our winnings tomorrow on the air. But are you confident that the Sixers can actually win this series coming off of that hard-fought battle, 7 games against the Celtics? Ricky and I both made our case all show long why we feel confident. Let's get the final Twitter poll results to see if the masses are confident because we asked a very simple question. Are you confident or are you nervous heading into this series? And the Twitter poll stood strong for 4 hours thanks to Dr. Avi Donapel of Iron Mountain Men's Health. All right, Patricia, people feeling good?
All right, final numbers. How are you feeling heading into this series versus the Knicks? Confident coming in at 61% and nervous at 39%.
Pretty consistent the whole show. 61%. All right, let me read some of the comments underneath. Maria said, confident, everyone is healthy, and there is a winning attitude that is coming through the players. Kevin B., forever nervous, just like the Sixers should feel. They need to maintain their edge. This team isn't experienced enough to feel confident yet, in my opinion. How about this? Sandy, I was nervous, but after listening to Ricky Bo, I understand better now. I am confident. I'm more a football person. So listening to Ricky Batalico.
That's right. I know my crap.
You're looking fresh in that nice dress shirt you put on.
How did you see it?
I'm looking at you right now.
You're just being an ass because you know I got to go do this thing.
Yeah, Ricky wears a hoodie for like 3 hours and 45 minutes of our
show. It's
show.
cold in here. I'm in a little room,
and then he gets all decked out for Michael Barkan.
I get decked out.
What do I got to do to get you to deck out for me? Why does Michael Barkan get the dressy Ricky? Who's Barkan over there?
I'm not going to deck out.
Yeah, what the hell am I talking about?
If you knew what that sounded like when you said it.
What the hell am I talking about?
I want you to go deck out for me. Well, that did not sound very good.
Hey, maybe I do, Ricky. All right, so here's what we got now. Here's what we got. So Ricky and I both are feeling good about the Sixers. I'm taking the Sixers tonight on the money line. I'm taking the Flyers tonight on the money line. Let's talk about some goal predictions for tonight because we haven't nailed this in a while. Who you got putting the puck in the net tonight, Ricky Bo? Who's lighting the lamp for the Flyers tonight?
I think it has to be a deflection. It's going to be in front of the net. It's going to be Porter Martone.
Porter Martone. So he's got the best odds for the Flyers.
Really?
So no, he doesn't. I'm sorry. Travis Konechny now has the best odds.
That dude did not look right last game.
Which is interesting that he's got the best odds to score.
Yeah.
Now here's the alarming thing. Travis Konechny has the best odds to score for the Flyers, but he's got the 7th best odds in the game. There are 6 Carolina players that have better odds than any Flyer to score a goal.
They say? They must think the game's going to be like 6-2.
Ooh, not good. So Konechny's a plus 310. You know who I think's lighting the lamp? And he's going to do it early for the Flyers, and it's going to be what sets the mood and the tempo for him? I was going to go to the captain. Wait, what happened? Yeah, there he is. The captain, Sean Couturier, is a plus 600 tonight. I think Coots is going to be the captain tonight. I think he's going to put the team on his back early. He's going to score a goal in that first period, the first one of the postseason, and it's going to let everybody loosen up a little bit, and they're going to play their style of game, and the Flyers will get out of there with the dub tonight.
That'd be nice. A dub is a necessity, I believe. I know it's a home ice thing, but you need to do some kind of damage. You need to put a kink in their armor.
I think they're going to tonight. I don't know why. I know if you watched Game 1, you think the Carolina Hurricanes are in a different class.
They were.
They were in Game 1.
I think they were very tired. I think the Flyers were a tired team.
Look, the Flyers played the Hurricanes tough in the regular season. I know the playoffs is a different beast.
4 overtimes.
Yeah, they played them tough in the regular season. I just think they weren't ready mentally. I don't think they were ready for that style and tempo of play, and now they will be. Tippett being out's a big loss again, but I think Vladar's going to have a better game also. I think they win tonight. I really do, and I think that changes the whole complexion of the series.
They very well could, and it needs to. They need something positive after that mess in the last game.
Yeah, so here we go. Hopefully tomorrow when we get back on the air, we're talking about 2 big wins for the Sixers and the Flyers. Now, I think the Flyers, neither team, it's a must-win because, like you just said, it's never a series until a team loses on home ice or home court. But it would be nice. You don't want to go down 2-0 if you're the Flyers. For the Sixers, a win would be nice. Not mandatory, but a win would be nice. If they lose tonight, I'm still picking the Sixers to win the series.
It's game 1. It's in New York. You had 1 day off after Boston. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. There's no panic in that situation.
Yeah, no panic. All right, so we got you. We're the best coverage in the city, no joke, on the Sixers and the Flyers. We got you covered across the board right here on 97.5 The Fanatic and on NBC Sports Philadelphia. So remember, we were a little confused earlier, but here's what you got going on the TV side. On this channel, you'll have Phillies pregame live.
And then the Phillies game.
And the Phillies game. So Ricky Bo's got you for pregame live on NBC Sports Philadelphia, leading you into the Phillies.
Correct.
On the Plus channel, you'll have Flyers pregame at 6:30 and Sixers pregame at 7:30.
Right.
All right?
Absolutely correct.
The games, though, are being broadcast. ESPN has the hockey game. Channel 10, NBC 10 has the basketball game.
Correct.
But we got local play-by-play here. So coming up next on the radio side, D. Lynam and Brendan Gunn, Sixers All Access for 2 hours, leading you into the Sixers pregame. If you want to listen to the Flyers pregame, that'll be on 93.3 WMMR, probably around 6:30. And remember, as soon as the clock strikes 0 on the Flyers game, go to the YouTube channel for 97.5 The Fanatic. Me and Johnny Marks will have you for Flyers postgame. D. Lynam and Brendan Gunn will have you on the Fanatic for Sixers postgame. We got you covered across the board, Ricky. We got everything.
Let's go.
Best coverage in the city right here. We will be back at it tomorrow. So let's hope we are celebrating everybody. Big thank you to Patricia Caputo for producing today. Let's go, Flyers. Let's go, Sixers.